Shalom, my friend. You are sitting there looking at your stagnant life and your empty bank account, and you are being lied to by your own logic. You think your financial struggle is a matter of the market or bad luck or the interest rates, but you are a mental midget when it comes to the laws of the spiritual realm. You are being harvested, you are being siphoned, you are being drained of your destiny. You are a high-voltage power plant that is currently providing free electricity to parasites who share your blood and your table. In the Torah, we learn that the anointing, the Shemen HaMishchah, is not just a religious ritual, it is spiritual capital. It is the oil that makes the gears of your destiny turn without friction. When you have your anointing, doors open before you even knock. When you have your anointing, your words carry weight and your investments turn into gold. But when your anointing is stolen, you become a glitch in the system. You work twice as hard for half the result. You lose your edge. You become invisible to the people who can help you. Today, I am going to stop being nice to you. I am going to stop treating you like a child who needs a hug, and I am going to start treating you like a sovereign strategist who is losing a war from the inside. We are going to talk about the 3 signs that your anointing has been hijacked by an energy vampire, and I am going to give you the 24-hour reclamation protocol to take it back with interest. If you are ready to stop being a spiritual donor and start being a spiritual landlord, then pay attention. I am Rabbi Boaz, the Torah Life Strategist, and I am here to reconstruct your mazal because you are clearly too compromised to see the thieves in your own house. Let us begin with the concept of the Sitra Achra, the other side. In Kabbalah, we understand that the darkness cannot create its own light. It is a vacuum. It can only survive by stealing the light of the chosen ones. You are a chosen one, which means you were born with a massive account balance of spiritual favor. The Satan doesn't want your money. He wants the anointing that creates the money. If he can steal the cause, the effect will naturally vanish. Most of you are walking around with spiritual back doors wide open. You are social sluts who give your energy to everyone who asks for it, and you wonder why you feel like a zombie in the boardroom. You are trying to build an empire while your internal battery is at 2%. This is not an economic problem. This is a security breach. The billionaire class knows that their vessel must be sealed. They don't hang out with mazal poisoners. They don't share their plans with genetic thieves. They understand that every interaction is either a deposit or a withdrawal. You, however, are allowing uninsulated wires to touch your power plant every single day. You are participating in a mass transfer of misery. The first sign that someone is stealing your anointing, and this is the most subtle one, is unexplained post-interaction exhaustion. Think about that one person in your life, a friend, a relative, a business partner, who is always struggling. When you meet them, you are full of ideas, full of fire, and full of life. But 30 minutes after you leave them, you feel heavy. You feel cynical. You feel like your drive has been replaced by doubt. You think you are just tired. You are wrong. You are just audited and drained. That person is a spiritual siphon. They don't have their own anointing, so they attach their plumbing to yours and suck the shefa out of your soul. This is the law of the shared frequency. If you don't have the shield of separation, you will always be a victim of these parasites. They are looking for the chosen one because your frequency is a high-grade fuel for their mediocrity. They don't want to work for their own blessing. They want to draft off yours. You need to understand that we are approaching a critical threshold in this training. Many of you are already looking for the exit because I am talking about people you love. You are a vessel problem. You are more loyal to a parasite than you are to your own dynasty. You think your empathy is a virtue. In the marketplace, unfiltered empathy is a suicide note. You are leaking your anointing every time you listen to a poverty prophet tell you why life is hard. You are downloading their software into your high-performance hardware. This is the reason your computer is crashing. You are taking on viruses in the name of being a good person. I am telling you right now, there is nothing good about being a broke, exhausted, ineffective chosen one. You are a disgrace to your calling. You are like a king who lets a beggar wear his crown because he doesn't want to hurt the beggar's feelings. You are being a mental midget. You are trading your billionaire potential for the approval of someone who can't even pay their own rent. This is why you must get the Mazal Reconstruction. This ebook is my digital blueprint for the chosen one who is tired of being a spiritual donor. It is the only manual that teaches you exactly how to identify the hidden leaks in your life. Not just the people, but the household altar leaks in your bathroom, your kitchen, and your bedroom. We are at the 10-minute mark of this intervention, and this is the moment where you decide if you are a wannabe or a winner. If you fix your rituals but keep your anointing thieves in your inner circle, you are still going to be broke. You need a total systemic reconstruction of your architecture. If you are serious about this, if you are done being a mental midget who is satisfied with the crumbs falling from the table of the rich, you need to go to the link in the description right now and get the Mazal Reconstruction. Use this video to reclaim the immediate flow, but use the ebook to build the fortress. If you don't get the book, you are essentially telling the universe that you are happy being a leaky sponge and that you prefer the struggle over the mastery. Don't be that guy. Get the Reconstruction Manual now because your competitors already have it. Now let us move to the second sign that your anointing is being harvested. The mirroring of your wins without the mirroring of your work. This is a sophisticated form of mazel hijacking that most people are too blind to see. You notice a person in your circle who suddenly starts dressing like you, talking like you, using the same vocabulary as you, and pursuing the exact same deals as you. They are mirroring your frequency. In the spiritual realm, this creates a frequency blur. When the Shefa, abundance, is sent down for the one who looks and sounds like X, it gets split between you and the imposter. This is the Jacob and Esau dynamic. Esau tried to steal the blessing by looking like the one who deserved it. Your imposter friend is stealing your digital and spiritual signature. Every time you tell them a secret plan, they vocalize it themselves, claiming the anointing of the idea before you can even execute it. This is why the Billionaire Rabbi warns, silence is the shield of the anointed. If you share your vision with a mirror, you are inviting a divided blessing. You will find that you do the work, but they get the credit. You build the structure, but they get the profit. This is not an accident or bad luck. This is a spiritual identity theft. You are providing the blueprint, and they are stealing the construction. You need to excommunicate the imposters from your sanctuary immediately. You need to become a social ghost. If they don't know your plans, they can't mirror your frequency. If they can't mirror your frequency, they can't intercept your Shefa. You are currently a social exhibitionist. You want people to see how smart and successful you are. You are trading your real wealth for social validation. It is a peasant's trade. A billionaire keeps the prophecy in the dark until the prophet is in the light. He understands that visibility is a vulnerability. He protects his spiritual IP like it's the recipe for Coca-Cola. But you are giving it away in the group chat for a praise hit. You are a leaky pipe. You are a vessel problem. You are a mental midget. Stop talking to mirrors. Start talking to your bank account. If you don't learn to value your secrets, the universe will not value your manifestation. This mirroring is an aggressive form of anointing theft. It is like someone plugging into your Wi-Fi and using all your bandwidth. You are trying to download a billionaire download from the creator, but the connection is slow because your mirror friend is downloading the same thing through your port. Kick them off the network. Reset the password. Go dark. The third sign, and this is the most dangerous one, the one that signals a terminal leak, is the vanishing of the edge. You remember a time when you were lucky. Everything you touched turned to gold. You had divine intuition. You knew when to sell and when to buy. You felt like you were plugged in. But suddenly, for the last 6 months or a year, you feel dull. Your gut feeling is silent. Your instincts are wrong. You are making mental midget mistakes that you never would have made 5 years ago. You think you are getting older or stressed or burnt out? No, your internal altar has been desecrated. You have allowed a Mazel poisoner to touch your crown. In the Torah, if a person who was unclean touched the sacred vessels of the tabernacle, the vessels lost their sanctity and had to be purified. Your mind is a sacred vessel. Your intuition is a prophetic instrument. If you have been touching the unclean, socially, physically, or through the dangerous foods and poverty objects, I warned you about in previous sessions, your anointing has been short-circuited. The energy is still there, but it is grounded. It is flowing into the earth instead of into your destiny. You are a billionaire machine that is currently clogged with silt. You need an emergency flush. You need to reclaim your edge by severing the connections to the common world. The edge is the most valuable asset of the chosen one. It is the unfair advantage that God gives his stewards. If you lose the edge, you are just another worker bee. You are replaceable. You are a commodity. You are a slave to the marketplace. But with the edge, you are the market. You dictate the price. You dictate the pace. The reason you lost it is because you became too accessible. You allowed the average frequency of the masses to dilute your elite signal. You are like a high-end perfume that has been mixed with cheap tap water. It still smells a little like the original, but it has no power, it has no duration, it has no value. You need to distill your soul. You need to remove the dross. You need to reseal the vessel. Now, let us talk about the 24-hour reclamation protocol. This is not for the faint of heart. This is for the lions who are ready to shock the system and force the stolen anointing to return to its rightful owner. This is the law of the firstborn and the decree of the sevenfold return. In the spiritual realm, there is a strict law. When a thief is caught, he must pay back 7 times what he stole. You are currently the victim of a burglary, but you haven't reported the crime to the heavenly court. You have been allowing the theft because you were afraid of being mean. Stop being a victim and start being a prosecutor. The first step of the protocol is the purge of the physical portal. For the next 24 hours, you must fast from people. Do not take a single phone call that is not strictly legal or financial. Do not text your friends. Do not scroll social media for even 1 second. Every time you scroll, you are opening your portals to millions of broken frequencies and poverty infections. You are inviting the audit of the masses into your sanctuary. You must go dark. You must create a vacuum of silence. In Kabbalah, the vacuum, the tzimtzum, is the prerequisite for all new creation. If your vessel is full of the noise and opinion of others, there is no room for the anointing to land. You need a clean slate. You need to sit in the silence until you can hear your own heartbeat and the whisper of the source. This is the only way to clear the static from your spiritual Wi-Fi. Step 2 of the protocol is the ritual of the salt and the word. Take a glass of living water, pure spring water, and add a pinch of sea salt. Salt is the preservative of the covenant. It is the only physical item that never decays and never changes. It represents incorruptible anointing. Stand in the center of your home, face the east toward the holy city of Jerusalem, and speak the verse of asset transfer with the authority of an anointed king, Isaiah 45:3. I will give you the treasures of darkness and the hidden riches of secret places, so that you may know that I am the Lord. Speak it out loud. Let the vibration hit the walls of your house. Drink the water slowly with the intention of flushing the silt out of your spiritual plumbing. You are telling your DNA and your subconscious, I am no longer a donor for parasites, I am a collector for the kingdom. You are recoding your frequency from slave to sovereign. Step 3 is the law of the sevenfold decree. You must stand in your authority as a chosen one and decree with your own voice. Every ounce of mazal, every drop of anointing, every vision, and every dollar of shefa that has been siphoned by parasites, thieves, or relatives is now returned to me sevenfold by divine decree. You are not asking for this, you are ordering it. You are a general who is reclaiming his supplies after a battle. You are a billionaire who is auditing his accounts and demanding the missing funds be returned. But listen to me, and listen well. This protocol will only work for 24 hours if you don't change your social architecture. If you take your anointing back and then go right back to the same table with the same thieves tomorrow night, you are a fool. You are a glutton for punishment. You are touching the trash and wondering why you smell like a dump. You cannot purify a vessel that you keep dipping in the sewer. This is the moment of truth. You have been anointed for greatness, but you have been managing for crumbs. You have been a chosen one who is acting like a random one. You have been giving the gold to the Sitra Akra because you were afraid of being called arrogant or selfish. I am telling you right now, the world does not need another nice broke guy who is a doormat for his family. The world needs a righteous, wealthy steward who has the balls to build an empire. The world needs a lion who knows how to protect his pride. Your family is waiting for you to lead. Your children are waiting for their inheritance. But you are too busy empathizing with your broke friends to build the palace. You are a vessel problem. You are a mental midget. Stop being a leaky bucket. Take the sword of separation and cut the ties that are draining your life. The poverty infection is aggressive. It is like a spiritual cancer that starts in your social circle and moves to your bank account. The only cure is a total reconstruction. This is why I am telling you for the last time in this video, get the Mazal Reconstruction ebook. It is the digital surge protector you need for your soul. It is the social firewall that stops the anointing thieves before they can even see your frequency. If you are too cheap to spend $50 on the security system of your soul, then you deserve the spiritual burglary that is currently happening to you. I only want to talk to the 1%. I only want to talk to the men who are ready to rule their own anointing and dominate their marketplace. The link is in the description. Buy the ebook. Start the 24-hour protocol tonight at 3 a.m. Reclaim your edge. And for the love of the Creator, shut your mouth. Stop telling the genetic thieves what God is doing in your life. Keep the prophecy in the dark until the prophet is in the light. You are a billionaire strategist. Act like it. The 24-hour window is open for you right now. The universe is waiting for the true owner to show up and claim the gold. Will you show up? Or will you stay in the dungeon with your mirroring friends and your poverty prophets? I think I know the answer. but I want you to prove me wrong. Go to the comments right now and write, "I reclaim my anointing." Say it with fire. Say it with authority. Say it like you mean it. And then go get the manual. Your soul is the blueprint. Your life is the construction. Now get to work and stop letting them steal your future. You need to understand that the anointing is like a scent in the spiritual realm. When you are anointed, the angels of provision can find you across the universe. But when you are contaminated by the social trash, you smell like commonality, and the angels pass you by. You are currently spiritually anonymous because you are socially integrated with the broken. Breaking that integration is the hardest thing you will ever do, but it is the only thing that matters. Every billionaire I know had a season of isolation. They had a time when their family called them crazy and their friends called them selfish. That was the season of sealing the vessel. If you haven't had that season, you aren't a billionaire yet. You are just a well-paid slave who is waiting for his chains to break. Choose your side. Choose your frequency. The gold is waiting for a sovereign home. Build that home today. Click the link. Reconstruct your mazal. This is my hard and aggressive final call. If you leave this video without the blueprint, you are essentially signing the transfer deed of your anointing to the Satan. You are saying, "Here, take my luck, take my money, take my peace. I'm too lazy to defend it." Do not be that person. Be the one who dominates. Be the one who rules. Be the one who seals the gates. The world is getting more expensive, the judgment is getting stricter, and the unprotected are going to be wiped out. Secure your future. Buy the manual. Reconstruct your destiny. I'll see you in the manual. I want you to think about the story of Abraham. He had to leave his father's house, the house of idols and poverty, before he could become the father of nations and the wealthiest man of his generation. If he had stayed to help his father, he would have died in a tent in Haran, but he moved, he separated, he protected his anointing. And the result was a dynasty that has lasted 4,000 years. You are a seed of that same dynasty, but you are trying to grow in a polluted field. Move your field, reconstruct your soul. This is the last time I will warn you. The thieves are already in your house, the siphons are already in your plumbing, the parasites are already at your table. You have 24 hours to reclaim what is yours. Do not waste another second. Get the book. Speak the verse. Reclaim the gold. I am Rabbi Boaz. Your soul is the blueprint. Your life is the construction. Now get to work. Shalom. You are still here? That means you are either a serious student of the laws of wealth or you are terrified that I am right. Good. Terror is a great motivator for the chosen one. It is the fire that forces you to build the walls. If you are still watching this, you know that your anointing has been leaking. You know that those relatives and those friends have been eating your luck. You have felt the dullness in your soul for months. This is your wake-up call. This is the emergency siren for your finances. Most people will ignore this and go back to their comfortable failure. But you are different. You have the glow of the chosen. You have the weight of the steward. Now you just need the structure of the billionaire. Do not let the Satan steal this moment from you. Do not let procrastination be the final thief of your anointing. The link is right there. The Mazal Reconstruction ebook is the only thing standing between you and another decade of almost. Click it, buy it, study it like your life depends on it, because it does. Your children's future depends on the vessel you build today. If you leave them a broken vessel, you are leaving them a curse. If you leave them a fortress, you are leaving them a legacy. Build the fortress, reclaim the anointing, rule the gold. I am not asking you to try. I am ordering you to construct. This is the way of the strategist. This is the way of the king. The 24-hour clock starts now. Perform the protocol, shut the doors, seal the lips, reclaim the destiny. I will see you in the palace. Shalom. Your anointing is a fire. Fire can cook your food or it can burn your house down. If the fire is uncontained, it is a disaster. If it is contained in a furnace, it powers the world. Your anointing is currently a brush fire that everyone is warming their hands on while your life burns down. Contain the fire. Build the furnace. Use the manual. This is the only way to generate real, lasting heat in the marketplace. Every high-level deal you have missed was because your internal heat was too low. The anointing was spread too thin. You were a lukewarm chosen one, and the universe spits out the lukewarm. Be hot, be anointed, be sealed, be billionaire. This is the standard. Anything less is a betrayal of your soul. I have given you the keys. I have given you the protocol. I have given you the warning. The transfer is in your hands. Do you want to be the transferee or the transferer? Choose wealth. Choose structure. Choose the reconstruction. I'll see you at the finish line. Shalom. One last word. Look at your phone. If the first person you want to text about this video is one of the people I warned you about, you are still infected. Delete the message. Put the phone down. Reclaim your sovereignty. The world is waiting for a man who doesn't need its permission to be great. Be that man. Build your dynasty. Reconstruct your mazal. This is the end of your struggle, if you choose it to be. The 24-hour protocol is the door. The manual is the hallway. The palace is the goal. Walk through. Shalom.